program is a band-aid to Calexico for now, but it would not solve the long-term problem that Calexico exists. If Calexico begins to benefit, people will come from other communities and swamp the resources. This is where expanding the organization comes in. Calexico is not alone in trying to care for the community. With a larger base, more can be done. Once this larger Imperial County network of NFPs is established, more aid can be brought in both for the county and Calexico. Specialist doctors can be hired. Higher class entertainers. Shows can be encouraged to visit. Higher class entertainers and shows can be encouraged to visit. Maybe even million-dollar projects can be taken on. So I hope I've explained myself to the mayor of the community and what I see as a way to help Calexico in its current crisis. I offer the services myself and Mrs. Redev of the City of Calexico with community's approval. We get to begin working by law. Thank you. Any questions? Rob, did you have something?
Mayor, council members, and members of the audience, Roslyn Guerrero, Redevelopment Agency Director. Just a quick reminder that this Thursday and next week, which is the 19th and the 26th, the Redevelopment Agency will be holding public workshops. Recently, we sent out letters to the residents of Calexico as well as the property owners inviting you to these workshops. We will be reviewing with you the expansion of the redevelopment area that we've been working on for approximately 1 year, and at the same time sharing with you the functions, the funding, and the projects that our agency works on in the city of Calexico. Please join us at 6 o'clock on Thursday this week, 6 o'clock next week on Thursday. There are the same workshops. We will have interpreters for those who are Spanish language only. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, council member comments. Mr. Fuentes.
Well, it's getting hot. I just want to remind people to make sure they stay out of the sun. For those of our associates that are out working in the streets and repaving stuff or fixing things, that brave, that are providing the backbone for our city services, make sure that you have water accessible. Let us know if there's places that are accessible to you. If there's things that you need to tell us about health factors that may affect your performance on the job. All this kind of stuff. I hope you get into your department head, but in case you don't, feel free to call up or let us know so we can take things maybe escalate it a little bit. I know we had some issues maybe what was it, a year and a half ago, where there was some concern and ended up not being the case, but at least we took and placed a phone call. Anyway, also wanted to congratulate, since this may be the last council with actual items on the agenda, my colleagues, Carmen Bugasso and Luis Pacheco and John Redison, I think it's commendable anytime anybody decides to run and contribute something to their city, because it's not easy. It's a daunting task, but when no one else steps up to the plate, you kind of put your hat in, and when you gain the confidence of the electorate, and they vote you in because they believe you can do something. And so it's hard to be up here. It's hard to make some decisions. I want to commend you for taking that role. I want to commend you for sticking to your guns when you believe that something was the right thing to do. We get criticized a lot for a lot of things. But in the end, I think anybody that sits up here has the best interest at heart of those that voted for them, of the citizens and the employees. So, again, it's a commendable task. I think everybody in their lifetime has some type of duty, civic duty, to participate in this type of process at least once in their life and contribute something. And I know that things that you put in place as you leave will have an impact on not just those that are here, but those of us that have young kids and young children. And so I know that Mr. Pacheco, I've mentioned it a couple of times, but you were my principal in elementary, and I think a lot of, you disciplined me a couple of times, and I know I've been it. I think I was the first one to get the paddle in the city of Calexico. But, it's what you taught us growing up that really forms us, I think, as citizens and as human beings and as individuals. And I think a lot of the stuff that you taught me growing up through elementary has at least taken me to at least hopefully contribute something to my community and become a better person. So I wanted to thank you. Thank you.
Okay. The word is public servant. I have been a public servant helping in the community prior to being on the council. I want to thank the voters that supported me this election, and I continue being a public servant, continue to help the community in any way that I can. A little bit of brag time, since you started it as well. My daughter got her doctorate recently in philosophy, and medical sociology is her specialty. So I'm a proud mother this month. And I wanted to thank the council members for following our vision for a planned and organized and well-developed Calexico for the future, and our city manager and department heads for helping to make those plans a reality. Jennifer for always keeping us on track on what the reality was, whether it was legal or not. And of course, the backbone of the city has always been all of its employees. We wouldn't be anywhere without them. And I'm following my passion for employee rights and taking care of our employees. I have just accepted a position as president of our teachers union in Calexico Unified School District for ACT, CTA, NEA, and we'll be helping our teachers locally too. And so yes, I echo your sentiments of let's take care of our employees. We do have inclement weather, and I'm sure that we want to make sure that they work under the safest conditions of all. Thank you all for your support, and I'm still serving Calexico. I've never stopped.
Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Mr. Clinton. Thank you, Mr. Pacheco's going to pass. And I'm going to pass tonight, too, because we have one more meeting July 3rd where this place will be jam-packed to the gills and with people with ties on like that. Always knew that. So wear ties, and especially for the first meeting. And then they'll elect the mayor and the mayor pro tem. And at that time, I'll give you my parting little speech. I won't go as long as Victor Carrillo would go, and I won't be as eloquent as he would be, but I'll make my points and surely thank the public and point out some high points that during my 12 years here on the city council, which has been what they call a D-ride at Disneyland, like Matterhorn, used to be the best ride there. So it has been a great ride. Anyway, this time I'll take a motion on the consent agenda. I'd like to pull 4, of course.
Make a motion to approve 1 through 3 and 5 through 14.
Is there a second? Is there a second on that? 12 for discussion. 12 for discussion, Mr. Pacheco. Okay.
There's my motion, 1 through 3, 5 through 11, 13, 14. Is there a second?
Second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. That's motion. Okay, budget for fiscal year 2008-2009. City manager's recommendation: adopt resolution approving the budget and capital improvement plan, adopt the resolution approving redevelopment agency operating budget, and adopt resolution approving the position allocations for fiscal 2008-2009. Judy, we went through this. Is there anything to add at this point? I know that Ralph's been real nice by not recommending furloughs and all of that, although let me remind the public that this budget could get better in January, so whatever action is taken here tonight, I don't think it's going to get worse. I think it's going to get better, and I really feel that. And quite frankly, come January, we can have a new property tax and sales tax report. A lot of the stuff we might be cutting out tonight or reducing could be reinstalled or reinstated in January. But the employees need to know that the city manager has not recommended furloughs, which would have been about $500,000. And by taking that position, which is his prerogative, I think it's gone a long way to showing the employees that he is in their on their side trying to salvage the situation. By the same token, we do ask that they be very, very understanding that this is a tough budget year coming up. So.
Okay. Last week at the budget workshop, the council gave direction on the proposal to balance. Tonight, we have incorporated those changes on the final proposal to balance. We're presenting 2 options to the city council this evening for decision-making purposes. Included in your budget package are the resolutions necessary to adopt the CIP and the city's operating budget. Number 2, the RDA budget, the redevelopment agency's budget, and number 3, the position allocations. So there's 3 resolutions that we need to adopt. But prior to taking any action, I'd like to show 3 schedules that reflect the proposed action with 2 options. Okay, so the first schedule that you're looking at is option 1. And this is the final proposal to balance option 1. As you can see, item number 8, and it was presented last week. However, item number